I'd just like to know, should the arts be available on prescription?
Well, after that introduction, you know, I was just thinking that. Didn't everyone feel better after that? You know, I mean, yeah, that's an interesting one. So let's Rosanna, what do you reckon?
I think hypothetically it's a great idea. The problem I would have at this stage is the things that we might want to still be trying to do and put in place. So while I might say, yes, I think the arts should be available on prescription, I would also say before we got round to making the arts available on prescription, there are some drugs that are not available on prescription right now that might be more immediately life-supporting. So I think I would want to put it in that kind of perspective. I understand where you're coming from, though, because that's really about well-being and about prevention and about dealing with some of the wider issues that people have to deal with. My concern would be just slightly, if we tried to do it right now, that there are other things that are not available on prescription that might be things that would actually make immediate life-saving impacts in a way that I'm not sure that the arts would do if you are suffering from a particular form of breast cancer or something like that.
Okay, but we are talking about well-being here, so we're looking more at mental health issues. We're not saying that a breast cancer patient gets a dance class. We are perhaps thinking, in fact, it's being done in England. I think there's a special course which is looking at dance classes for people with schizophrenia. You don't think, I mean, in weighing it up, do you think that sounds like it's not got enough tangible benefits to be...
Well, I mean, I think the benefits would be good, but, you know, the difficulty is that you don't look at one aspect of the health budget in isolation from every other aspect of the health budget. And I mean, there are drugs which are currently not available on prescription for people who are in very serious physical health difficulties. And I would want to be assured that we were dealing with that as well, before, you know, as well as going on to making things like the arts available, because I can only imagine what the uproar would be amongst, for example, the families of dementia sufferers who are currently prohibited from accessing certain drugs early enough in dementia, and that's about mental well-being as well, that some people were getting dance classes when their father, their husband, etc., is still being denied a drug which would make a really appreciable difference to quality of life.
Okay.
So I want to be looking at it globally.
Right. Doug?
Yeah, I think this is an excellent example of lateral thinking, and I think this sort of thing is beginning to come in, and it can indeed be much more effective than very expensive courses of drugs, which in some cases seem to be never-ending very expensive courses of drugs. And as Leslie's alluded to, we're not just talking about elective arts classes, but exercise classes. Why shouldn't it be possible for somebody to have the state pay for a membership of a health club or a series of classes with a personal trainer to actually get themselves into exercise habit? Very well recognised that exercise is one of the best positives in life for a whole range of conditions, including some mental health conditions.